Hey everyone, this is Uthris. Welcome back to Medieval Engineers. This is our Let's Build series where we're just building kind of specific structures and putting a bunch of detail into them, trying to make some unique shapes and something a little bit different than Lothloria. Lothloria, everything kind of fell into the same size and niche and felt really plain. So, last episode I showed you guys this. This is the new tavern. And one of the really good suggestions was to add these chandeliers. They're a bit of a pain to make. You have to actually put something up there, build it, and then delete it so it falls and hangs at a certain distance. But yeah, these things are pretty nice. It really helps the lighting a whole lot. I'll probably show you guys that as well. The upper floor has them. And besides just the constant swaying that they did when I was building them, pretty straightforward. There's 4 torches on a weight block attached by rope to the ceiling. So I'm going to go ahead and change it to night. That way you guys can see kind of the effect that I'm talking about. And so if you remember last episode, it was really dark in here. And this really brightens it up and makes it feel really home-like. And, I really like it, and that's a wonderful suggestion. I never even thought of trying to build these kinds of things in this game. And so if you guys have suggestions, I don't ignore them. I read every comment and consider everything. What else did I do? I didn't add any more furniture, but I added some more lighting just in the general rooms because they were really dark. So you can kind of see how much light. Example would be this one. This is one of the finished rooms. So, that's all I did off camera to the tavern. This structure is pretty much done. But on this episode, what we're going to be doing is building a new barracks. And I went ahead and laid down a whole bunch of foundation and groundwork for it. This plateau doesn't matter. I'm just trying to find a flat space to build. I should have picked the flat terrain map. I believe there is one, but oh well. So this is a lot different than the Elite Guards barracks that we built on my previous save. The previous one is kind of like it's a barracks, so it's a bunch of dormitory, but also had to work in some training yard at the same time. And barracks is just housing. It's really not training and things like that. So these side buildings, they're going to be the dormitories for the basic soldiers and things like that. It's going to be 2 stories. And then this large center structure is going to be the commanders kind of thing, planning rooms, stuff like that. And it's going to have a small, thin outer wall surrounding it all. It kind of dips down by these buildings so that the first floor people can still have a window, and then it kind of rises back up. And yeah, so this one I think will turn out pretty nice, and we can just go ahead and get started. Since I'm already working on this, I'll go ahead and finish it off here. I need to find my wooden floor. I'll probably detail out one room and leave it like that. The center section here, conveniently wide enough. I could either leave this as a closet space storage, which makes the most sense, or I could try and make it the staircase up a floor if I wanted to make it a 2-story structure. But now that I've actually said it's going to be a storage room, I think I should keep it like that. I think having a storage room would be really nice for the people living there. Could also be a bathroom. Don't really have any tile set to make that work, but it could be. So we need a new way up to the new floor. And I think that'll be done just by a plain old staircase. I don't know where I want to put the staircase. There might be an okay spot. But I kind of wanted this side courtyard where people can kind of hang out and relax outside, but not in the main area all the time. I could... I don't think there's anything wrong with doing something like this, really. You might add an interesting layer to the build. By the way, if you guys didn't know, my alt right click that people use in Medieval Engineers to just delete the block they're looking at, it still doesn't work. I don't know why it doesn't work. And before people say that I'm not using it, I can't use it. It's kind of a shame because I was really hoping that was just a Lothloria only problem. But it seems like it wasn't. So we're just gonna have to deal with what we get. Need a new floor tile here. I mean, I guess they kind of get a porch effect because of this, which is okay. That's okay. Could put another staircase here. I think it would look pretty nice. So these new builds, I'm trying to do a whole lot of different layers to them, and just overall higher quality. That's the goal. Come on, let me place it. Thank you. That might be okay. I'm gonna have to probably make a cross beam because I don't like how thin that upper floor looks right now, but it's working. I don't know if I can put that in there. Let me see. What do I look like? Man, I'm telling you, from first person view to third person view, there's quite a disconnect in spatial awareness. This feels like right in my face all the time. Anyways, back to building. Like most of our structures, we'll be doing the stone lower floor and a wooden upper floor. If I can click the right taskbar that I need. So let's see, I'm just thinking something like this for the window placement. Let's go point the lumber away from the door, like that. And then just like below, it's basically going to be a mirror image. So there's going to be a lot of people able to live here and function. I don't know if I want to build a specific mess hall or not yet, just because the idea of that, like, I need to have this giant long table to fit everyone at. I don't know. I feel like it would be a separate building detached from the barracks itself. It would be, basically this would be a big compound. So you would have your barracks, your residential kind of spot, and this commanding officers would be living there. A training yard off to the side or something, and then like a mess hall somewhere else, and you would spread it out. You don't want everything all in one place, I don't think. At least that's my logic with this. So let's go ahead and kind of a mirror setup here. Every room gets a window. There's about 4 rooms per floor. Oh, see. So I'm going to try holding Alt here, and it's not going to work. It just deletes the whole block. If anyone else is having that problem and they know a fix, please let me know. I would really like for it to work. I don't know if I just have to reinstall the game or maybe verify my game cache, but I really don't want to lose all my different saves and things like that. Lothloria is uploaded to the workshop, so I'm not too worried about that, but it is a concern. And there we go. So that's that whole area kind of dictated out. Of course, we need the roofing. And then I think I'm going to only spend half the episode working on this. I'll do the other side off camera, and then also do some building on the actual, what is it, the command center and defensive point. So that way we're not just building basically a big longhouse the whole episode. Maybe the more important students get this extra window spot. And the more... I don't know why I always say students when I'm building a barracks. Maybe just higher ranking people in general get this upper floor as a place to live. Zigzag a nice wooden pattern down the wall here, ending on a nice X. Pick our roofing tile. And then maybe this might be cool to do. What we did to the inn, what I did was I kind of poked out these areas and made bay windows in the roof. For just extra window space, and it just makes it look a little bit nicer in general. We'll do this out the back side too. Oop. I don't want to get too carried away deleting things. Let's see, there, 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 and there. I can't line this up correctly for some reason. There, like that. I also uploaded a episode of Stone Hearts today. Not Hearthstone, don't get them confused. They're definitely not the same thing. Kind of a weird naming idea, in my opinion, to go Stone Hearth when there's a Hearthstone out. I don't know which one was made first. I didn't really search it up, but anyways, it's a city building game. I hope you guys are enjoying that one. It's just fun to play, and I enjoy working on stuff like that. So check out that series. It's going to be a new one. It's an early access kind of alpha game. You can get burned when you buy those type of things, so if it looks like something that you're not 100% sure that you want to play yourself, then I don't recommend getting it, because it might end up not being your game and you wasted your money, and it's in early access and it's not finished, and you just fall into this pit trap of, I bought this game that I thought it was something but it's not. Let's see, let's look better with this cross member here. A little bit. Might add some more details. Anyways, so this is what the residential kind of dormitories. I think that's why I call them students, because I call this thing a dormitory. It's really not a dormitory. It's just it's just a dorm. That's the same thing. I don't know what to call it. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and build this thing now. We're gonna go make kind of a grand entry, as always when we do this, and then there's going to be 2 wings. Staircases will be up both sides. And that's how you get up onto the 2nd floor. See, what other good suggestions was I hearing in the comment section last episode? I'm sorry if I don't remember a name when I'm doing these. I'm terrible with names to begin with, and so I hope you guys don't take it personally in any ways. It's just names for me are just something that I just don't remember very well. So got a couple suggestions for like some of Miyazaki's buildings, things like that, and those would be really fun to do. I mean, Howl's Moving Castle, I don't know if I could really build a castle with a whole bunch of moving parts. That would be a challenge, but it would definitely look pretty cool to see it like just floating up there. Or making the building from Spirited Away, it would be a cool thing to make. I like Miyazaki's films a whole lot. They're just very good. If you guys haven't watched any of them, I mean, you really should. That man is just a genius in terms of storytelling and animation and how to convey feeling, you know, and being attached to characters. So like, I think my favorite is probably Spirited Away, and then from there I would have to say Nausicaa Valley of the Wind is another really good one of his movies. Or actually, I would really like to build like the hometown from Nausicaa. That'd be pretty cool, because it has a whole bunch of windmills and it looks very peaceful and serene. So that might be something to think about doing for myself. So, I mean, this will be just connecting rooms here. Could just be some storage areas, and then the upper floor will be like the main meeting room, I think. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the build and show you guys kind of what it looks like. It probably won't be furnished this episode. It'll be finished in between this episode and the next one. So I'll be right back. Alright, so here is the finished structure for our barracks. So we have a nice dormitory for each side. That's where most of the bulk of our troops would be staying. In here, we have, this would be kind of the grand planning room. And so normally there would be a giant table set up here with giant maps, and all the main people would be planning right here. This side, this is going to be a small storage room. And on this side, there's going to be an armory. Up here, on the upper floor, we have just a connecting hallway. This is one of the officers' rooms. And then up here, we have a nice path that connects to the main battlements of the defensive structure. And it has a little connecting doorway to get to the front side. Down on this side, there's just another officer's quarters. Yes, it's a little weird that the guys patrolling up here would actually have to come through the officers' quarters to get there, but it is what it is. Here, just another connecting hallway. This would be kind of like the main living quarters for the captain, and he would have like his own desk out here, and then his bedroom out here, and then of course he could give instructions from this balcony overlooking the yard. And that's about it. This is pretty much just a mirrored copy of that side. And yeah, I think that'll do it for this episode. And in the next episode, we will be finishing up the detailing off camera in terms of like furniture, inlaying stuff onto the walls, support columns, things like that. In the next episode, you guys can tell me down below in the comments what we should be working on next. As always, thanks for watching. If you guys are enjoying the series, feel free to subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys in the next episode.